Welcome to Bluebirds on the Wire. My name is Geoanna Bluebird. I was actually named at birth on my birth certificate, Geoanna Bluebird. And Geo's Earth, Anna, Geoanna. And Bluebird is my native name, spirit name. Both my parents are actually very spiritual. So I'm actually just gonna dive into this because the more I talk, the more I'm just gonna get lost. I have a few notes here, kind of just guiding me, and well, welcome to Bluebirds on the Wire. So I wanted to start with medication, mental illness, but also medication. I mean, the hand in hand over here in this world, I guess. I want to talk about my experience. Actually, I'm going to go into the first beginning experiences of medication. I was actually had just graduated high school, 16 turning 17. A little background on that year, or even a little bit more than that, but I was actually on my own at a very young age. So, really, I was taking care of myself at 13, and I had been moving around a ton, and finally I landed back in New Hampshire, and I was going to school, trying to graduate in graduate 2 years in 1 year as a junior, which I did do. Emancipated myself at 16. I had a full-time job, I had an apartment, and also taking care of a younger sibling. And so I was a really high functioning teenager, that is for sure. But so I actually started to do some drugs, and that definitely took me down into those spirals faster than it could have waited off, held off for a little bit longer. But so the drugs I was using a little bit of cocaine, but a lot of ecstasy, and well, help welcome chemical imbalances, really. And so then I ended up having issues with sleeping. I mean, my migraines were horrible. They were so bad to the point where I couldn't actually move at all. Not even just 1 centimeter out of the position that I had to stay in for sometimes up to days. It was just that bad. I actually ended up in the hospital quite a bit for the migraines. And then a little backstory to therapy and stuff like that. I actually started seeing therapists at almost 9 years old. It was just first when I had come up to New Hampshire and started living with my aunt and uncle. So I had a one-on-one therapist, a group therapist, and a family therapist. And so I did that, but no medications, and very, very high functioning throughout that whole time. And so, well, my first diagnosis was borderline personality disorder. And honestly, I do agree with that diagnosis up to this day. And really, from what I know, is there's not really a medication that you can prescribe somebody to uh, get rid of or help or subside, void, whatever you want to call it. Uh, there's not that. You really have to understand the tools in life to help your emotions and your behaviors and everything that's linked with it. And they also, this is just a little print up that I did, that I printed up. What other illnesses can co-occur with borderline personality disorder? Basically, any other illness and disorder. They're naming depression, PTSD, bipolar disorder, anxiety disorders, substance use abuse, and eating disorders. So, well, let me just tell you, every single one of I have been labeled. And PTSD. Yes, yes, I have and will always have, but I am able to get through it at this point in my life. Bipolar disorder. I will disagree with that forever. I really just don't believe that I have bipolar disorder. I was treated for it. And, just to say today, I am not on any medications. I am on a cholesterol medication. Yes. And that's going to hopefully go away very soon, as in, I'm going to get off of it. I just started it. Long story short, we'll get back to that. But, so, yeah, okay. So, bipolar. I mean, I'm still not going for it. Anxiety, yes, absolutely. PTSD, yes, absolutely. Sorry, I'm just gonna depression, absolutely. And then I also have a sleeping disorder to this day, which is sleep paralysis. I still can't say it, but you know, and that's when I actually paralyzed, completely paralyzed. I can't speak, I can't move, I can't do anything. I have learned to deal with it, and I have tools to understand how to get myself out of it, most of the time. It's scary. And my husband also knows too. So so, long story short, at 17, I have all of these diagnosis, and coming from somebody who didn't have any diagnosis, definitely knew that there wasn't mental illness going on in here inside of me. Of course, my family is running full with mental illnesses, but okay. So I have all these diagnoses, and like, what do I do with this? So I 17 years old, I'm already on disability, and I'm not functioning at all, really. I was in and out of just a couple, but still enough to say that I was in and out of mental health units. And you know, this is a very long time that I've been living all of this from 17. But my point in all of this is that, yeah, okay, there's a lot of backstory to why and how all of these came around. And really, what I want to do is I want to dive into real my own experiences in my life with mental illnesses, with medications, with trauma, with my own insecurities, with my own core beliefs, and really, like, dive into all of this, and actually on uh speak about the understandings of what I've understood in all of these diagnoses and all of my past history and everything in the middle and after, and how they're all connected, because they're all connected in so many different ways, and understanding the behaviors, my behaviors, my actions, my emotions, and all of that in one. I want to talk about some uncomfortable stuff too. A lot of it's might be, I mean, honestly, for me, it's really not that uncomfortable at this point, because I really truly believe that uh we I need to talk about this stuff in order to understand, and also to hopefully help other people maybe understand a little bit of their own story, or maybe try to find out how to understand a little bit more of their story. Because I know for me, my story one was completely off from what I actually knew of my story. I mean, there were so many things that were wrong, and also not my stuff to even worry about. Blocking out memories. Oh yeah, my world's full of those, and that's coming from my childhood. And then how I see it happening in my life daily, actually, in the fact that my brain actually functions the way that, sometimes functions in a way that I in survival mode. And so it blocks certain things out, and it's the weirdest thing, but I am understanding why it happens and when it happens. So, welcome to Bluebirds on the Wire, and I truly hope that I can help somebody, and maybe they can help somebody else, a little trickle effect here. And I wish you guys a really, really awesome weekend. Also, I'm recording right now on Thursday night, but when you guys hear this, it will be my birthday, my 41st birthday. So I will be actually going to New York City and enjoying a minute at the, I'm going to go see Broadway Gone Wrong. So that should be pretty funny. But I hope everybody enjoys their night, and I will be back with more of Bluebirds on the Wire. Thank you.